Hello everyone, welcome to my home. It's Charlotte here. We are going to continue in our little journal, filling it up with lots of ephemera. Yeah, I just got back from the dentist. I had a crown put on this morning. This video will be airing a day later, so it's Tuesday. You will see this on Wednesday. So anyway, lots going on. Um, yeah, no root canal but a crown, and not the kind that goes on your head. So I was asked how many sheets were in each signature here, and I think the first one has 16 and I think the second one has 18. Something right in there. I could be off maybe a page or two. And then somebody told me that they had created a journal like this with elastic. And she had, her granddaughter had fallen in love with it, so she gave it to her granddaughter. And over time, I guess, if I am recalling the story correctly, her whole journal was plain pages, so that her granddaughter could color, draw, write, just do whatever she wanted to do with it. And she loved the journal so much and used it a lot. And then the elastic basically wore out. It didn't have any more of the elasticity. And that probably would happen with this, would be my guess, because elastic's not going to last forever. And so I could see that happening, but it's so simple to just take your pages out and replace your elastic. I wouldn't let that deter me from creating a journal like this. As a matter of fact, she went on to mention that she was thinking about doing a couple for Christmas, and I thought, oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna do one for each of my grandkids, my granddaughters, and I think I will do all plain pages, like maybe some coffee dyed pages, some plain white pages, some lined paper, maybe some tracing paper, if I can find more heavy duty tracing paper. I think that is a really, really great idea. And this is super fast. So it's all the embellishments that take up all the time. So I hope that answers the questions that I had. And so let's get started. I know I am going to have to plan ahead with this and come in and just do the embellishments, because there are a lot of embellishments that are going to go into this. And we'll be here forever. And I know nobody wants to be here forever. So I did pull a couple ideas yesterday. And I had, like I mentioned, I am looking at doing this whole thing with scraps. That is the whole idea of this. I have a white tag here, and I pulled some pages that I thought maybe we could do a collage with. We'll check that out. And then I pulled a scrap piece of this paper, and I thought it might. The colors are just beautiful and complement each other so well. And for the most part in this journal, I am not distressing. Some things got distressed. I didn't like the fact that after I punched this, I rounded these corners. I did not like that. And when you put this up, you can't tell really that there's a pocket there. I didn't like that either. So I took a scrap piece of paper and I went ahead and took a divot out. And I think I'm going to glue this just like that, so that that becomes the edge. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and do that. I just really was not happy at all with the way that that looked. And lots of glue. Lots of glue came out of there. We want to make sure that we get enough glue on the where the divot is, because that is where your tag is going to go in and out. And you just want to make sure that you don't have any ripping or any tearing. And I did match this up pretty well. And you can see that that's going to cover those rounded edges, because I really was not a fan of that when I saw it. And so that fits pretty nicely. So now at least we know we have a pocket there, but I'm not real happy with this being just like this. So what can we do with this? What can we, let me go ahead and do the tag and put the tag in there so I can see if I am gonna do what I think. I don't want to cover up this pink rose, but I think I would like just some coffee dyed paper on there just as a contrast. So if we just put a little glue and we glue this down just like that, and then I have this long pink piece here that originally I thought I might use here, and changed my mind and thought, let's do something on this tag. Maybe I want a longer piece. I think I'm going to put that there. I really do like that. So it's just a matter of layering. I don't want to end up with really long videos, but I do need to find a way that we can get through this that's just not going to take forever. So these strips are the bottom, as you can see here. That was the With Love collection. Stitched Hearts is what that paper pack was called. Stitched Hearts. And I wonder. Let's turn this around. Do we like this? No, not really a fan of that, but we do have others. No. Maybe this one here. I know I have so much on here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm at a desk, and so I only have so much space. So let's see if we had that like that, put that like that. Ooh, I like that. So let's go ahead and snip this off at what I'm thinking is going to be just below this line. Just like that. And then put that on there. We can always snip the top. Put that on like that. I know I want that there, so I am going to go ahead and put this down. So luckily for me, my mouth is not sore, which makes me happy. It was a back molar. I ate something and cracked it. So it's been a couple years. It wasn't bothering me, but I knew. So when I went for my last dental appointment to get my teeth cleaned, I just said, okay, let's just do it. Make the appointment and get it over with. So now I'm glad I did. Of course I am. It's over. It's over. So that's nice. So no more about that. Okay. So the family member that I had mentioned before that was in the hospital on a vent, I don't know if she's off the vent. I'm assuming she's off the vent because they had her sitting up in a sling, and so day by day, hopefully she's just getting stronger. I think I'm going to put a little bit of this yellow This was from a graphic 45 paper. And I'm going to do this because the other side has a bit of yellow. And then I do have, if you remember, these little hearts from the handmade paper. Let's see if there's two here. That just felt really thick. I think I've used all the pink and all the green in my last one, my last little journal, but I could use that. That's really pretty. And then when I come back to decorate, I probably will put a flat bed pearl on this. So it's just a matter of, I like to call it channeling your inner Corey and just getting your scraps out. And I am going to, I know I'm not going to be using this string. We are going to be putting lace on this. So let me see what we have. Cut this off. Just like that. That is going to look like this. So you're not going to see that until it comes out. But what are we going to do? Obviously, we need to do something at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this so that we get this closed up. And if you wanted to, this is where you would take this to the machine and stitch it if you wanted to stitch it. And if I were going to stitch this, and I might, I would stitch all the way around, and I would have stitched before I glued it. I would have stitched across here too, I think. So if we put this right in here, just like that, then let's see what we have that we might want on the bottom of this. Do we have a piece of lace? What do we want? A pretty piece of lace here. Maybe we would want just a piece like that. I am not really loving that. So if we get in our pile here of scraps, we could probably come back to this because I'm lost. I do have this envelope that I created, but I mean, we could put this envelope there and put a tag inside of this envelope, but it is bulky, so I'm not so certain that's a great idea. And okay, let's get out some flowers. I think sometimes when in doubt, you just get out some flowers and see what you've got going. Let's see what we've got here. It's just so pink. That's not going to work. Something with maybe a little bit more color. Something maybe not so big. I think that's the same thing. Sorry guys, this is what happens when you're winging it and you're just not real sure what you're doing. What you be doing. Now there's so much on my table. Maybe that? Okay, let's go with that. Let me see if I can get this all out of your eyesight. So if we did that, but let's have a little bit of a collage going on. So let's see what we have here. More flowers. What is this? It's just pretty dark. I am really I'm struggling right now. But this typically is what I would do. Just kind of try to, or we could just belly band it. No. All right, we're gonna move on because this is just, we're stumped. I am stumped. And I don't want to hang out with this any more than I have to. Of course, that does look kind of good. And then maybe a label. I did bring over a couple labels. How about this one right here? Just took these. These are from My Porch Prints. Let's see what this looks like. And I just put some glossy accents over the top. So you'll see a little bit of a sheen. Let's see now. It's the pink that stumps me so much. Let me see if I can pull out a stamp. And that might help. If we have a bit of a stamp. Let's see how this will look. I think this is wrong. Maybe. I'll put that on there like that. Put that like that. Maybe. And no stamp. Or, okay, let's do it. Let's just get this down. Sometimes things just don't go as you want them to go. We'll get that down like that. And then get that there like that. I think that looks good. And then let's see if we're going to place that stamp or if we are going to move on. And I might have to come back in here with some Fabrifix. I hope not, but I might have to. And then let's see if we like this. I'm not a big fan of this, so I'm going to leave that. We're going to put that in this book. I'm not going to stitch it. Let's get it in here. And see. That does look kind of good. Let's put this in there. I'm going to cut all the white off. And get that on there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. And we can always come back later with a little gem, couple little pearls, things like that, and bling it up, and it will make more sense too. Once we have the lace up here, we might put a tiny little piece of lace there, but once our ticket has a, yeah, I mean, it actually did turn out well, but I think we could probably do maybe 3 pearls there and a pearl up there. I think we'll be doing that. So next video, we're gonna do that, but let me get this down. And if you didn't want to glue all the way around this, you could make the back a pocket. I'm not going to do that because this is going to have so much ephemera in it. We don't need it, but it is an option for you. I know that there are a couple people following me as I go along to create this. So that is an option. And I'm putting this a little bit on the lower end because I don't want to cover up all those roses. Normally I would have this up higher where this tag you would be able to see the lace. But for now, this one is going to be lower. I think once we get our pearls on here, it's going to be really, really pretty. And maybe a couple pearls, maybe up in this corner will make a difference. So let's move on away from this. I've had enough of that. And I think what I had planned for this pretty page here was a double tuck. And that is going to be like this. Double tuck like that. And I did not bring my corner rounder over here. So we are going to just pretend that we had a corner rounder, and I am only going to do the top left corner, just like that. Just like that. So here's a tuck and here's a tuck. So we're going to take and put glue on just 2 sides of this, the bottom and the right hand side. And this is going to go down just like this. Now for those of you that are making the exact same thing, this first one measures 2 1/4. No, it doesn't either. It measures 3 1/2. Is it 3 1/2? 3 3/4. This is 3 3/4 by 3, and this one is an 1/8 shy of 3 1/2 by 2, and let's see, where are we? Why can't I see you? 2 5/8. Jeez, I need to get my eyes checked, guys. So I am going to lay that right on top of this with just a little bit of this border showing. And then I think I'd like to put a die cut where that pink ticket is. So I'm going to put this just like this. See how plain this is? I think I'd like to put a die cut there. I think that is probably too big. I know I'm reaching right in front of you. I promised. I promise I will be better prepared. Yeah, let's put that there. I want nothing to cover up those roses, but I just want something else for texture and just a little something. So we are going to put this right on here like that. Yes, right there like that. And then just because we have it out, do we want a label? How about if we put a tiny piece of lace and then a label? Let's cut a little piece of this and see if we want it. Cut this off. I think the lace would just soften it up just a little bit. And we'll put a label there. Not that label. How about another heart? How about yeah, I like that. And then we'll go ahead and put a rhinestone or a gem or something like that on there. And I think that'll look really good. So we'll get this down, figure out where we want the heart. If I put just a tiny bit of, I don't want this to be a vintage journal, and so I don't want the vintage look, but I want the heart to show up, and that looks really cute. And then maybe we will come back with a pink flower. That's what we need. A pink flower. Now we're getting into it. And we will put a pink flower on this. And you'll see what a difference it makes. So next video, I will be way more prepared for what we're doing, because today, not so much. So then we're going to need 2 tags for in here, and I did bring over a couple things. I do have a few tags from the kit that I set aside, and these are going to need the closures and lace, and I think that's too big. I don't want to use that, so we need to create a tag for there, or I could go ahead and, I think he's a bit small. I did bring over, thought we might. No, we're not going to use that either. Okay. So I do have this that I wanted to use. So, okay, boy, we've got our work cut out for us. Okay, guys, let's see, what do we have? Do we have something we can put in here? We could stick that in there and put a tag in there. Let's make something for, let's do a little collage for down here with possibly a flower. And let's see what I've got. Let's see, do we want, we could just do this, and then that just gives us some texture, and I think, let's put this down. I think this, yeah, let's do that. And then maybe at the bottom, a piece of that washi. So we're just gonna glue a little bit of this. And I will work on getting myself together. Just too much happening today. And I really, really wanted to come in, but I want to make sure that we get plenty done to get through this and that it makes sense. So that's really pretty. And then maybe, I don't think I'm gonna like this, and I don't. This is too gray, that's the problem. But I think a pretty piece of washi tape would look nice. Just torn, doesn't have to be anything perfect. Look at that. See that? Look at how pretty that looks. And then depending upon what we are going to put in here, let's just grab a tag. We put a tag like that in here, and then maybe we would go and take this tag and make just a simple little collage. Maybe a little bit of washi like that. I mean, we could leave it just like that, or we could take and do I don't want to cover the washi. That is too wide. We could cut it down, but I want to make sure that we need to do that before I actually cut it. I think we could do that and be very happy. This way. And then I'll get my flowers over here tomorrow. I'll get my pearls. And you would be surprised how much something like that adds. So if we just had it like this, it just adds just a little something. And so I am just gonna say, put that in, like, I mean, when you look at it, you can see it just adds a little something. And so this page here, it'd be nice to have a journal page, but I think maybe on this page, let's do a collage. We'll do a collage, and then I'm gonna let you go, and we will do this tomorrow, and I just will get myself together. I do have a Tim Holtz thingamahookie right there. New word for the day. And then I went ahead and I thought, what I did here is I took a piece of scrap paper. I was playing around. This is 5 1/4 by 3 1/2, and then I went and I on both sides of this, I scored it 1/2 inch on this side, 1/2 inch on that side, and then this page here measures, it should be 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue that down like that, and it creates a really nice little pocket for a tag. So why don't we just do that? You could wrap this around the back. You would need to add maybe 1/8 of an inch more, or trim that flat piece down maybe 1/8 of an inch if you were going to wrap this around. What that does is it gives you your whole width to put a tag on, and so you don't lose any space. You have that whole thing. So we will find a place for this, but I could, see what I mean? You have that whole entire space for a tag. And then I do have a piece of, I thought I had a piece that I had stitched across. Here we go. This is a piece of tracing paper that we could put on here and have a double pocket. So why don't we do that? That's cute. So just take a little bit. I'm going to start at the bottom because I don't know what the dimension of this is. Just like that. And then we have ourselves another little pocket on the front. And I'm not going to stitch it because if I stitch the sides, then I lose that real estate. And then there would really be no point in having the score line or any of that, because I just defeated it by stitching it. Make sure I get right up to the rim, just like that, and then let's stitch, let's go ahead and trim the excess off. Just like that. Hope everybody's doing really, really well. And then, of course, we want to decorate this with something. We don't want to leave it like that. So, what do we want to put on here? Have really such, you know, we could do this and basically have a belly band, or this was some really pretty trim that somebody gave me. Look at how pretty that is. And that would make a really cute little belly band. Maybe we should do that. Pretty sure this is hand done. I love it. I absolutely love this. So I don't have my Fabrifix. I do want to use Fabrifix. So we are going to put that there, and you can use any ribbon, any trim that you have or that you like. So I will adhere that down there. And what else do I have? I did go ahead and cut out some die cut tickets, but I have yet to stamp them. They are Tim Holtz. So we put that there. Do we want one of these flowers? Oh, yes we do. Okay, I am going to go ahead and do that, and I think I will use this flower. Oh, let's see. Get my myself organized. Oh, I think I like that better. Okay, I know I don't want that. What I did is I cut these die cuts out of scraps and then I put wax over them. Embossing wax. That doesn't show up. I think this looks really good. So we could do that, or we possibly could. Do we want to stay within this color combination? Oh, I like that too. Choices, choices. Or I could. Don't think I want to cover him up. No, that doesn't make any sense, but I could. That makes no sense either. Okay, guys, well, you can see where we're at. I think I'm going to go with that and just stay within that color scheme. I really, really like that. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off. This is the wonkiest video ever. Please forgive me. Please, please forgive me. It's just... Oh my goodness. Okay, we will be way more organized tomorrow. I promise we will. We will. So take care of yourselves. Have a good laugh at my expense. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye, guys.